Hey, good morning. It's Mark Weiss. One of my college roommates had an old Corvette. I saw one just a few minutes ago. It reminded me of Jeff. It was a 1974, 1975, something like that. I just remember it was orange. The other thing I clearly remember about this car was that although it had a very interesting shape, the build quality was crap. On the outside, the body panels looked like they were, slapped on there by people who had sight issues. Even on the inside, you could stick your little pinky finger between the radio and the rest of the dash panel. The gaps were that large. So those gaps remind me of gaps in insurance coverage. In other words, where you have either a policy that has, in essence, a coverage hole in it, or you've structured with multiple policies, medical malpractice coverage, D&O, general liability, so on. And yet events that occur, events that could or you think should be insured, fall into those gaps and there is no coverage. Just because you think you're insured doesn't mean that you are. Many times, and I'm not dumping on insurance brokers, but many times they're focused on selling a product, and that product comes a certain way. But that product can be tweaked. That product could have endorsements on it that change the scope of coverage. That product could be analyzed to see how it fits with your other insurances, which may have come through different brokers or, in some cases, through inter-indemnity trusts that weren't purchased through brokers at all. So what this means for you, especially if you're a leader of a large group, is that you need to audit your insurance coverage. You need to be willing to push in terms of interpreting the coverage that you have, in terms of not just having your broker get coverage, but taking a proactive approach with someone who understands coverage issues, to push your broker to negotiate coverage. Now, in many cases, this can be done. In many cases, it can't be. But I'll tell you, every time you don't try, the answer's the same. The policy is the standard policy. We're not talking about policies that come off the shelf. We're talking about taking policies and either customizing them from the start or taking coverage that comes off the shelf and customizing it the way some people customize cars.